Good morning and welcome back. I'm Tony and this is Rollin' Ragu. Last night we were at a Cracker Barrel. We had an uneventful night. Here at Rollin' Ragu we strive to give you the best content possible in our travels, and so today will be no exception. We're headed south on 75 and we're going to leave no stone unturned. Today we make it back, if you remember from the beginning of this season, the elusive Colonel Sanders
Kentucky Fried Chicken Museum.
Kentucky Fried Chicken Museum. I know the boys have been dreaming about this for the last few nights in anticipation.
So Dad, how do you feel about this?
I feel good, man.
Do you feel finger looking good or just good?
Finger licking good.
Yeah, there we go. That's it.
Ethan said the funniest thing in the truck.
Oh no, not that.
Any of our Class B viewers, if you're in a Class B, please don't take offense. But
no, don't take any offense.
Yeah, it's just something funny. A little funny observation. But we had a Class B pass us up, and Ethan, what did you say?
Hey, it's what you would have. It's what he would have said too. So don't get mad at me.
No. Like you said, there
aren't all Class Bs technically hippies?
All Class Bs are hippies. He sees me watch enough YouTube that yeah, most do seem to be a little hippie-ish, and probably wouldn't take offense to that.
Yeah. I also,
and then you claim that they were all vegetarians.
Yeah, and then
so what are they doing here?
I don't know.
Alright guys, we are at the Colonel Sanders Cafe. Does anybody know the Colonel's first name?
It looks like that.
What do you think?
Not bad. Good.
Well, that's it. The Kentucky Fried Chicken Cafe and Museum. Yeah. I'd say a definite stop if you are traveling I-75, because it's only a few miles off the road.
Yeah, and I guess if you are a fan of fast food, it is kind of cool to learn the history of the first fast food.
And they had his kitchen and all sorts of stuff there to look at, so very, very interesting. Alright, good people, change in events. We are currently driving through Pigeon Forge, Tennessee.
It's terrible.
On our way to the Smokey Mountain Park, which is sort of our local park. It has my skin crawling. Sorry, my wife says I'm being too negative. And I want to find something positive to say. Here's something. The mountains are very beautiful. especially with the addition of an upside down building. It really sets off the mountains.
You got the Hatfields and McCoys up there.
And
Titanic.
what mountains would be attractive without the Hatfield and McCoy's dinner show? I don't know why anybody ever came to these mountains before they put this stuff here. Or the tattoo parlor. Is it right there? Yep. Why come to the mountains if you can't come and get a tattoo? And wait for it, the kicker. What says beautiful mountains like a massive fiberglass replica of the Titanic? Folks, if you have ever lived anywhere with protective covenants that keep your place from looking like a circus, coming to Pigeon Forge will help you to appreciate those covenants. Oh, the Titanic is nicely set off with a wave at the front of the bow. And to top it all off with all this beauty around us, oh my goodness, there's King Kong climbing the Empire State Building. Also, if you've been paying attention during this season, you've probably noted that I am not eager to buy tickets to junky tourist stuff.
It's a Mount Rushmore of cowboys, guys.
Oh, it is a Mount Rushmore cowboy.
Where?
Behind the King Kong.
How long do you think it would take to lose $1,000 here in Pigeon Forge?
Oh, it's not.
Oh, it's not. It's
Elvis Presley and...
We are going to have a good time. We had always wanted to try Elkmont Campground in the Smokey Mountain Park. It's on the Gatlinburg side. We had been to Smokemont Campground, which is on the Cherokee side of the park, several times, and we like it. And this one's a little further from home, so we've never tried it, and we wanted to give it a shot. Set the GPS to take us to Elkmont. Let us get off on Ware Valley Road, I think, and come up sort of a back way to Elkmont through Little River Road, if you're familiar with the area. Well, after we got a few miles in, there was a big sign that said nobody over 22 feet is allowed on the road. I didn't have any opportunity to turn the rig around after the sign, so I plowed forward. I'd been on roads like this before with those signs, and we take them anyway, and they turn out okay. This was not one of those cases. There were parts of the road that my rear tires, even with traction control, the rear tires were spinning on the pavement trying to get up the steep grade. There were times that I just had to borrow lane from the other side. Fortunately, the other drivers were accommodating, and it worked out. But about 5 miles in, we get to a bridge that says 10-ton limit and absolutely no trailers, buses, RVs. There was a place right before the bridge that I could pull to the side and get out of the way and sort of assess the situation. I wasn't going to cross with that sign being there. As I was looking around, a ranger drove by, and the ranger, I waved him down, and he and his partner were extremely helpful and just had a good attitude that helped keep my stress level down. They blocked traffic for me. The plan was I was going to try to turn around, go back the direction I came. It was going to require like a 50-point turn, back, forth, back, forth, back, forth. We tried a couple of times and just discovered it wasn't going to be possible. The ranger called on the radio and got approval for us, special approval for us to cross this bridge. We made the turn, crossed the bridge. It was a one-lane bridge, so they still had to block traffic. The traffic on the other side that had built up, it was probably 15, 20 cars, would you say? Some of them were hollering, and one was just downright belligerent, hollering at us. It is what it is. We got here to Elkmont, but I guess the short story is, if you're coming to Elkmont Campground near Gatlinburg, stay on the big roads until you get to Gatlinburg, and then come in from that direction. You can't come in the other way. We did not have reservations. Again, this is the weekend after 4th of July. It's an extremely popular park to begin with. If you look online, they have no sites available. So we pulled up to the registration booth, crossed our fingers and said a prayer, went up to the girl. She said because of the rain, they had 26 people leave today, and there was one site that would fit us. Now the next challenge is, since we didn't know we were coming, we weren't as prepared as we would have been otherwise. We don't have utilities. There's no power, there's no water, there's no sewage. The bathhouse doesn't have showers. There's generator hours, luckily. One of our propane tanks is empty and the other one is down to about 1/3. And we're hoping we can make it 2 to 3 days. I don't know. We're gonna have to get a little creative. Maybe use the outdoor shower a little bit. If we run out of propane, we're dead in the water. But all right, that's our story on getting here and our current situation. The campground is outstanding, particularly if you look online. Any of the sites that back up to the river itself, you get a real gem backed up to the river. We're not on the river, but beggars can't be choosers. So we're going to spend tonight.
You up.
Come back?
You want us to come back?
No, you don't need to.
We're going to continue walking.
10-4. Thanks for checking in.
Welcome.
The boys are walking to camp. We've been driving for 3 days.
We're walking because it's nice to finally smell our own air again.
10-4. We're going to, supposed to get very pleasant tonight. The fogginess that's in the area, which is typical of the Smoky Mountains, is supposed to be clearing out. It's supposed to be in the 60s at night, so we should be comfortable. Thanks for hanging with us. It has not been an easy episode, but it's been a good day. Enjoyed the Colonel Sanders thing. That was good. And we will see you tomorrow.